Hey, hey, all right, it is Friday, and I actually thought about calling this week's video Half Face Friday because I've already got half of my face done, but it didn't have the same ring to it as Full Face Friday, and essentially I'm going to have a full face of makeup on, so I'm going to keep the name the same. So what I want to teach you today are a couple little tricks that you can use and products that can actually multitask. And so one of the things that I did today, and it is what we will be starting out with actually, is if you are running low on primer, you could use your setting spray as your primer. So that's what I did already. I took my setting spray, I already sprayed it all over my face. So I'm not going to do it again on this side. But basically, then you just kind of let it set for, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, however long it takes for it to dry. And that's going to give more of a matte finish. So yeah, definitely the first tip is you can use your setting spray as primer. That may not always work as well for all brands. I use this one particular brand. It works very well. So just a quick tip there. That is your first multi-use product tip for the day. The next that we'll move on to is eyeshadow. So what I did today is I actually used my liquid lipstick shade, this one here, as my eyeshadow. So hey Gina, so as you guys hop on, say hi, let me know what you're doing on Friday, let me know how it's going, whatever. So what I'm going to do is take the liquid lipstick and I'm going to use a cream shadow brush because it's a similar type consistency. So the brush you want to use for this is going to be short bristles, densely packed that are a little stiff. You don't want a fluffy brush for this at all. So we're going to get just a little bit of the liquid lipstick onto the brush and apply it just like you would a cream shadow, kind of in that dabbing motion. And what I'm going to do, show you a cool little trick I learned while I was doing this earlier, is I'm going to actually apply it just a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit into the crease, and I'll tell you why in just a moment when we get there. But just a little bit, you can see, so I'm not going very far into the crease with it, and I'm certainly not adding any more product to it. So yeah, so just kind of tap that on like you would with a cream eyeshadow and kind of bring it back on itself, and look, now you have a new eyeshadow color to play around with. How fun is that? Okay, so then the next tip, instead of using a different crease color, and this works with this, and it would work with most any product. It's just a little bit more noticeable with the liquid lipstick or even a cream shadow. Pick your transition color that you're going to use. For me, I'm going to use this really pretty kind of a taupe gray color. And I'm going to use this little brush here. And what I'm going to do is apply it. I'm going to hold the brush like this instead of like this. And I'm going to go right in there on the crease, but also apply it as a transition color moving towards the brow. And what that's going to do is it's going to give me a slightly darker color right in the crease without even having to use another color, because I'm putting this over that little bit of liquid lipstick color that we added to the crease. So, and because it's the liquid lipstick that you use on your eyelids, it doesn't blend terribly well, and that's okay because you're going to use that as the crease color by putting that transition color over it. So, another little bonus tip, save you a little time, save you finding a crease color, okay? Another tip, as you're working with your transition color in this part right here, kind of stop at the main part of the brow, right? Don't bring the color all the way over. I'm going to stop right in this area. If you feel like you've maybe gotten it too far over, no worries. I will show you how to blend that out. So just kind of making sure I'm even here on both sides. Add just a little more right in here. And then you take it out to about the edge of your brow. So kind of just little guidelines for you, natural guidelines that are there for you. Or if you have your brows done, then you're good. All right, next step is going to be to add a little bit of a highlight color by your brow. Oh, there it is. I'm like, I know I have this brush out here. All right, and what I'm going to do for that color is use this nice, this nice light silver color. Tap off any excess so that you're not using or blowing on the brushes. You can actually blow bacteria onto your brushes from your mouth, and that's not cool. So, and you're just lightly blending that kind of right in that upper brow area. All right, so the next what we're gonna do, we'll move on to just a little bit of blending. So you've got a couple options here. One, you can use a setting powder, which is great for blending. Really helps you kind of really blend any color that you may feel is off or a little too much, or you could always use a loose powder. I'm going to use a loose powder. So first, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to apply my mascara. So as you'll notice, we are doing the eye makeup first, and then we'll move on to foundation. And the reason for this is it gives time for your primer or your setting spray to set, and then it if you do get anything, any eyeshadow or anything on your face, any mascara on your face, that kind of thing, you don't have to worry about it messing up your foundation, which is awesome. So this new mascara I got, I love using it with my other mascara that you usually see me use in the videos. They work really great together or by themselves, because this wand on here really separates the lashes. I love it. Look at that. All right, yeah. Okay, so give that just a second here. Let it dry just a little bit, and I'm gonna do another coat. In the meantime, let's see here. Grab my next brush that I'm gonna need, and my BB cream. So I'm gonna use that for my foundation. And I'm gonna apply a little bit of the white eyeliner on my lower lash line, because that's always one of my favorite things to do. This just kind of makes your eyes pop a little more, makes your eyes look a little bit more open, a little bit more awake. So white eyeliner is great right there. You can also use white eyeliner on your lips. You can use it on your eyelids, and then go over it with the color that you're going to be wearing for the day. Just makes it stand out even more. So I think that's pretty cool too. All right. So now let's do another coat of the mascara here. Hey, Brenda. And get this on. Yeah, this stuff just goes on super smooth, and I love it. And it's just the one tube. And it still gives great results, and it kind of like curls your eyelashes a little bit. Or at least I think it does. Maybe that's just me, but the wand on this is just amazing, because it really gets all the way to the tips, but really fans out your lashes. So I think that's pretty sweet. All right, I think I got enough on there. It makes it, my eyelashes are a little bit longer anyway. It really makes them look extra long. And then if you need to, of course, you can always grab, I recommend a metal lash comb to fan them out even more, or if you have any clumps, that kind of thing. So, okay, so I think we're good. Let me add a little bit more transition color, so I'm a little bit more even there. Oops, wrong brush. And then we'll move on to the foundation, and then I'll show you guys kind of how you can blend with your eye makeup to make sure that everything, flows smoothly, one color to the other. Of course, you can always leave things a little bit more unblended if you want a more dramatic look. So really just depends on what you're going for. All right, so next I'm gonna do a BB cream. I just kind of want some light to, more medium coverage today. So I'm gonna do a BB cream. And typically, because I already have this half of my face done, typically I would go straight down the middle of my face. So I'm just doing close to the middle right now. But basically what you want to keep in mind is put your foundation straight down the middle of your face and then blend out. And what that's going to do for you is create a more natural look as you get closer to your hairline and your jawline, because by then the product has thinned out a little bit, right? And that just gives you a more natural look, which is really, really nice. It's very flattering on everyone. I mean, really, nobody wants to have makeup in their hairline, right? So that's just something to keep in mind. So go straight down the middle of your face, and then always make sure that you are blending onto your neck. you want your face color to match your neck color. So even if your face, like mine, naturally is going to be a little bit lighter than my neck and my chest, I still foundation match to my neck so that everything flows and I don't look washed out, right? Because if I wear a foundation color that actually matches my face, it'd be about a shade lighter than my neck, and that can make me look washed out. So just something to keep in mind there. So yeah, blend down onto your neck. Now, loose powders in general don't give a ton of coverage. It's just not what they're designed for. However, this one that I've been using recently, I really do like it because it does give more coverage than other ones that I've worked with. But one of the keys to that is actually using more of a dabbing motion to apply it versus a swirling motion. So you can definitely still use the swirling motion for blending it and making sure it's even. But when you're first applying it, and I assume that you could do this for any loose powder, not just this particular brand. I really think you could do it for anything and just get a little bit more coverage and then blend as needed to just kind of smooth that out. So what I'm doing for these main parts here is I'm going to use my powder puff brush. Just helps me apply it a little bit quicker. All right. Hey Brenda, yeah, I'm probably going to skip lower lash liner today. I kind of like for more of a daytime look, but an easy way to make this more of a nighttime look would be to add a little bit of eyeliner on the bottom, darken that up a little bit, make it a little bit more dramatic, absolutely. And I would probably, with this look, I would probably go with a dark brown color, or maybe even a black if I wanted something more dramatic, or a gray. I think would look really nice with this too. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this brush and I'm going to use this smaller end here, and I'm going to kind of pack in somewhere I need a little bit more coverage. And then this is kind of the tip for around your eyes. Take your loose powder color and just kind of tap in there and blend very easily. And that just helps you, these smaller brushes, that's why it's such a good idea to have different brushes, is because, smaller ones obviously are going to get in these areas where it's a little bit tighter. Same with like around your lip. I've got a lot of discoloration and melasma on my face, so this kind of helps me get that color packed in better. All right, then I flip it over and I can just kind of blend around and make sure that, I'm blended well, no harsh lines, anything like that. Okay. All right, next up, let me get my lid on here so I don't spill anything. All right, let's see. So next I want to do my blush. And if you saw my tutorial yesterday, actually, I used this new blush that I got that's part of my rose gold set, and I love it. I like it a lot because it's very blendable, but as you can see, it's a nice light color, but it's got a little bit of shimmer to it, and it's a pressed blush, which I really like. So I like to use the angled brush. You always want the, sorry, I'm trying to give you guys a good angle, the point of it here, pointing down, and just kind of applying that right in here to the apples of your cheeks. And you can kind of just flick the color backwards, and that will get the color, more out here without being as bold. So it's kind of like the same theory as applying your foundation straight down your face and then just letting it be lighter towards your jawline and your hairline. All right, so the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to use, instead of using the typical kind of liquidy concealer that I usually use, I do love that stuff, but I'm kind of in the mood for a little shimmery highlight look today, so I'm actually going to use this loose concealer that I have that has more of a luminescent finish, and that's going to give me a highlighted look because I'm still going to apply it in that V shape under my eyes. So you can kind of see where that's applying there, but it's really light. And then you're just going to blend that. Now I'm going to blend this into the blush here, and I'll show you guys how to do that too. See how that just added like that nice like little extra luminescent glow. Like I really, really like that, especially in the summer. It's my jam in the summer. I love all things like shimmery and glowy and golden, and we still got plenty of summer left, so I'm excited about that. Okay, and I'm just kind of adding it in a few other places that I would highlight if I were doing like a full highlight and contour. I don't always do a full like contour, but I do still like to highlight. So a little on the tip of my nose, that kind of gives it a little bit more of an upturn, and then down the center can help highlight that area. Because I have a big nose, it's no secret. And so it just kind of helps, especially if I apply a little bit darker color here and here, helps thin the nose. That's kind of a benefit of learning a little bit more about highlighting and contouring. You can actually kind of change how your face looks a little bit, which is kind of neat. Okay, so to blend these two here, because I want to make sure there's not a harsh line, this is where I'm going to go back to a setting powder and this little end of the brush. And I'm just going to get a little setting powder on there and just kind of take it right over where those two colors are meeting, and then that's it. Very simple. But you know, if you were to say get say this right here, this color going out here, if I wanted to blend that more, I'll show you guys. You just get a little on here, okay? You just kind of tap right where you want that blended more. And look, that makes it so much more smooth. So setting powder is definitely awesome, because then too, when you're done, of course you can use it all over your face, but it's also definitely great for any little mistakes you may make along the way, if you're having trouble getting any blending done, that kind of thing. So super, super cool. Okay, let's see, what do I have next? Brow. So today I just used a brow liner instead of the full like brow palette. Just again, kind of wanted to keep it light. Now a tip for this, first of all, would be to have your brows professionally shaped, because that definitely does help make a difference. If you go somewhere that does it professionally, you know, they're going to know what kind of shape is good for your face. They're going to follow kind of where your brow naturally goes, which is good. The other tip for choosing a brow color then, if you want a bold look, go with the same color as your brow. If you want a little bit softer, a little bit more of a natural look, go a shade lighter. I go a shade lighter with my brow because I feel like my brows are naturally so dark anyway. I feel that if I do use my natural, like a shade darker, you know, like closer to my natural color, I feel like it is just way too bold. And so go a shade lighter if you want a little bit more of a natural look. And then notice I'm just using really, really small strokes. So it's as if I'm like drawing on, if you will, little hairs, right? And you go with the flow of your brows. So here I am going more up and down, right? Then when I get here, the hairs start growing this way. So that I'm going to switch and make my strokes go more like that. So definitely filling in the brows definitely makes a difference and really just helps kind of bring the whole look together. And I'm going to use my mirror here real quick to make sure I'm even. There we go. So yeah, if you're going for a more natural look, doing your brows doesn't have to take, you know, a long time at all, because you're just kind of filling in and following the natural shape that's there. Okay. And so here's your final multitasking tip. So you know that color we used earlier, this nice pretty taupe gray color, and we used that for the transition color? Well, now we're going to use that as our contour color just on our cheeks. So your contour color should be more of a brownish gray, because contour is meant to almost look more like a shaded area, if you will. Now you can use bronzers and stuff, but those are typically more bronze and golds, whereas a grayish, brownish color is going to give you a more shadow-like appearance, which will be better for contouring. So I'm going to just take that same brush I used for my blush, and I'm just going to tap it right in that color there and just apply it very lightly right under the blush area. So you kind of go like middle of your ear here, down, to about the middle of your pupil. And that's kind of your contour area. You don't want to bring it in too close to the mouth, but you don't want to leave it out here either. So basically just about as far as you brought your blush in, about the middle of your pupil. Really good guideline for you. And then you just blend it back. So just a nice smooth transition. It's not, you know, super bold color or anything, but it's definitely another way that you can use eyeshadows as your contour color if you don't have one. All right, and then lastly, I will go ahead and get the liquid lipstick. This is the same color I used as my eyeshadow. Gonna get that on the other half of my lips. And then the look will be complete for today. Now, tip when you're doing any sort of lip stuff, start at the top of your little Cupid's bow here and bring it in like an X. And that can help you be a little bit more defined in your Cupid bow instead of going this way to do it. Start at the peak of it and bring it in like a little X. All right, cool. That's it. So that is today's tutorial. The last thing I'll do, you guys, that's pretty much it. The only other thing I'm going to do that I forgot to do so far was put mascara on my bottom lashes. So I'll do that real quick. But if you guys have any questions, I'll hang on here for just a second while I do this mascara. But if you have any questions, drop them below. Let me know. I'm always happy to help you guys or help you pick out colors. You know, help you kind of maybe determine what your skin tone color is. You know, are you more of a cool, a warm? That can help you choose, you know, your eyeshadow colors, your lipstick colors, all that kind of stuff. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I will talk to you guys later, all right? Bye.